Hello everyone, welcome to Capacity Boost for MCVP's operations. We're going to talk about data management, especially NPS. So the objectives are understanding what is NPS, how to gather data to measure NPS, and how to read and analyze this data. So first of all, what is NPS? Is Net Promoter Score. It's used not only in ISEC but like in almost every organization. And what it does is it measures the loyalty of the customers and is measured through a single question. And then you will have three types of answers, let's say, or like customers who answer the survey. So you will have the promoters, which score is between 9 and 10, the passives, which score is from 7 and 8, and detractors from 0 to 6. Now, the question we ask in ISEC is how likely would you recommend the experience you lived? This is what they are answering through the survey, and then they get to give the scores according to this. So what are we going to use for this analysis is, of course, data files. So data files are received by MCPs every month. But also if you need some data file in a specific or like all of them or something like this more frequently than monthly, you can ask the regional office. We can also share that with you. So we're going to work with the NPS file. So what is in the NPS file is, as I told you, the scores from 0 to 10 for this question, but also tell us if the person who answered the survey is interested in taking another exchange. So maybe you can also use this information as, I don't know, retargeting for exchanges or like discount campaigns or whatever you're doing to attract more people. Also contains the best and worst aspects of the experience for them and some comments. So if you want to just take a look of what your EPs are telling about the experience you provided to them, you can come here and not only see the scores from 0 to 10, but see more detailed things. So the first thing we're going to use is separate the values into columns, because you know that when we open the file, all the information is in the first column. So we need to like split it. So we do this. After that, we apply filters. So we're going to filter date NPS just to gather exactly the data we want to see. So it can be like from the MC term. And we copy and paste the information in another sheet. So why do we do this? We apply the filters for date NPS in this case because periods of time is something that we cannot control in the pivot table, and if we don't filter the period of time we want to see first at the beginning, it's going to be a mess later on. And then we copy and paste this information so the filters can stay. If we create the pivot table after doing the filters without the copy and pasting, the pivot table is not going to take all the filters we put, but it's going to take all the information that is there. So that's why we need to copy and paste, so the pivot table actually work with the filters we apply. Good, after this we select everything and then we create the pivot table, and we can choose home or host depending if you want to see OGX or ICX, and you can select region, MC or LC, whatever you want to see. We also filter by product, and we're going to count the question that is there. That is going to be in our value, so we select in this case the MC and the product we want to see. And very important, we need to change the settings of the values because we need to have average. Exactly, so it's giving us still a number between 0 and 10, and it's easier to read. Yeah, so now we have the average of NPS for the LCs doing OGV in Turkey in this case. Good. Also, a thing we can do is find the NPS for the partnerships. So let's say we can see here the LCs, OGV LCs in Turkey, working with IGV LCs in Albania, in Argentina, in Austria, like these kind of things. So it can be, for example, that one LC is working best with this other LC from this entity than the other one. And then that's up to you, figure out why. Like, what is the thing that is making them have better NPS from working with one LC or the other one. So more options, yeah, you can find LCs and entities from other regions as well. So if you are looking to, I don't know, create partnerships or something like that, so you can also go and find information from other regions, and you can use this for your research process. You can use the data as part of the research to create partnerships, yes, and don't forget to always work with averaging values, very important. So the idea is to use the data for decision making processes. So the first thing we need to do for this is understand why are we doing this. So what is the thing that we want to get out of doing the analysis? So what is the question we need to answer basically, and then the measurements. So are we going to analyze the LCs and then we need to select the LC term, or are we going to analyze MC term, maybe LC to LC partnerships and to see how they are working, like all of these things. Then we collect the data, that is basically what I just show you, and then we analyze it. In this case, I show you the pivot table, but then you can, if you are more visual, you can also create graphics from the pivot table directly, so you can see the information in another way, like presented in another way, so maybe it's easier for you to understand. And lastly, as I was telling you, when we are like interpreting the results, yes, we have the data, of course, but as I told you, there are a lot of other things that we need to consider when we are reading the results. So maybe talk to the LCs and understand why they are having better NPS with this LC from this entity than from the other LC from the other entity, and see what is different and what can you learn from the same process so you improve your NPS overall. So reminders, we use NPS file for this analysis. Don't forget to filter the period of time before. Don't be afraid to play around in the fields of the pivot table so you understand like the visualization better for you. We are always working with average in NPS. And yeah, this is also something that you can use for your partnerships, defining your partnerships, or also like tracking your partnerships as well. And that's it. I would like to invite you to take a short quiz. It's only 5 questions, just to understand if you have the whole understanding of the NPS analysis. And if you have questions or comments, please just let me know. Thank you.